So Trap is the newest movie written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, stars Josh Hartnett. Honestly, I will say I will give M. Night Shyamalan props in one aspect, is that when it comes to ideas, when he puts them on paper, he always has the way to make them very unique. The plot in a nutshell is this father and daughter go to this concert, which is a concert of this daughter's favorite singer, only to later find out that the security has been raised to the nth degree because it is a plan to capture a serial killer. That's right, the whole concert is a trap. Josh Hartnett is the one playing our psycho serial killer. On like one half, he is like playing like this good dad, just there to enjoy a concert with his daughter, and then on the other half, he's this psychotic serial killer who butchers people up in like basements. But I mean, I don't really know what's going on with Josh Hartnett. I don't know if his like acting skills are kind of rusty, but I mean, he's like been popping back up in films here and there. I know I saw him in Oppenheimer last year for like a brief moment. But this is like the first movie I've seen him in a long time where he was a main role. And I think this is probably the first time I saw him where he's playing a killer. So, I mean, it was interesting to see him back. I mean, I thought he was like taking a break or just like left Hollywood for good. But I mean, it just felt like he was kind of rusty because there were moments I feel like he was breaking character. And I really don't know if that was just like because it was how Shyamalan wrote the movie, or if it was just him in general. I will say in the beginning of this movie, it was actually pretty good. I was very intrigued and, very invested in this film because it follows the point of view of our antagonist here, the killer. And all I can say is like, in moments like that, all I can say is like, he's got some slippery hands. He's really good at what he does. And you're basically rooting for him to get out and like find the cracks in the armor that the security has set up at this concert. And the thing is like, it kind of feels like in an RPG in a way because, you're like thinking like, oh, go down this door. No, it's this way. But, he's like getting information as he goes along. And then, of course, he uses that information to get to his destination like an RPG would. So, I mean, it's really interesting in a way because normally in a real life situation, the way he's getting this info is you probably wouldn't get it that way. But, I guess that's how Shyamalan films work. They're just very, unrealistic in some parts, but still, in a way, the way he does it, he kind of makes it still unique. So the first act of the movie was solid and I was enjoying it. Then pretty much when we get to the second half of the movie, that's when everything starts plummeting. And I was like, okay, so again, Shyamalan's doing this again where we're starting off with something solid, then we completely move into a different movie. The movie was at its best when it just had two main characters, and that was, of course, the father and the daughter, because it gives complexity to Josh Hartnett's character, knowing that, he is a dad and he's there for his daughter. And of course, he has to keep up this facade showing that, that he is a good dad and a good person. He wants his daughter to have a good time as well as have a good time with her without her knowing the fact that he is there for this psychotic reason to, kill somebody. And that in itself was when the movie was at its strongest, and they really should have kept that going almost the whole entire plot, but they didn't for some reason. That feeling of complexity and that solid feeling this movie had completely went out the window in the second half of the movie. It moves away from Josh Hartnett's character and instead puts the singer in the spotlight for some reason, who was actually M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Salika Shyamalan. When she was on stage, I actually felt it was better because then she's showing off, her musical talents and everything. And then they move her into the acting position. And let's just say, wasn't very good and wasn't very convincing. It's just like, I don't understand why M. Night Shyamalan moves away from this solid thriller he has, with just two characters between the father and daughter, and instead puts his own daughter in the spotlight, and then completely changes the movie, and it's no longer even in the point of view of the antagonist anymore, which is what pretty much the trailer said it was going to be, about him trying to escape. And after he does escape, it's just let's just keep the movie going for some reason. I don't know why. Obviously, Josh Hartnett carried this movie from start to finish, even when he wasn't even the main focus anymore. What I think they could have done that would have made this movie better is if they had focused more on Josh Hartnett and, him trying to get out of the concert. That would have probably made it, a little bit better if they made the concert longer and just focused on the movie being there. Or if they were going to take the focus off Josh Hartnett, they should have put the focus more on the FBI profiler who profiled his whole persona and had set up this whole trap. That way it would have been antagonist versus protagonist right there. But, they never come face to face, and the profiler, has only, a couple scenes. So, I guess, in a way, Josh Hartnett had to carry this movie from start to finish. Overall, this is another classic case of M. Night Shyamalan making a movie that had a strong start, but a poor finish. Overall, I'm only going to give Trap a C+. Sorry. Another missed opportunity here. Alright, well that just about wraps up this review. If you guys have seen Trap, please comment here down below what your thoughts were on it. Also, if you like my other videos, you can check out here more on my channel. And always remember to stay epic!